G'day everyone, Goober here with another Torchlight Infinite Season SS7 video. There's a lot of guides out there now about the most efficient, mapping strategies. I know MinMax has put out a few. If you watch Doggers on Twitch, he's got some pretty good strategies and stuff going. But instead of just chasing all of these perfect strategies for maximizing all of your efficiency and whatnot, I was doing everyone's tests and I wasn't getting the results that everyone else was getting, and honestly it was quite draining just to test all those things and not get the results that they have. And in the end I had a break from the game for a few days, and now I'm just chilling in Profound. I'm not really doing much of a strategy. This is just Dream. I'm ignoring the League mechanic because I wasn't getting very good results for a little while, and I'm actually enjoying the game a bit again, just smashing out Dream. So I guess it's just a reminder that chasing a perfect strategy may be quite stressful, and you may find that just going back to a good old strategy that you enjoy, in the end you'll do that strategy for longer, and you're more likely to farm more. You farm more efficiently when you are doing something that you really enjoy, and in the end you'll have more currency as a result. So I got pretty lucky on this one. I had the 45% chance to upgrade currency on the node, and I actually managed to get to 100% on the dream. So it was quite a huge amount of loot that came from that. Actually, far out. Can I even pick it all up? I don't know how much FE that was, but it was a lot. And yeah, so I'm just enjoying stuffing around. I'm not really looking at how much FE I'm making. So every time I go back to my inventory, I know I had about 2,100 FE or so when I started this, and now I'm up 700 flame elementium, raw FE in, I don't know, an hour or so. So I think I'll just pause this and then I'll unpause if I have some more big dreams. I did roll for a little bit more Shepherd, so I do have Shepherd 4 now, which is a rather big boost to the loot that you'll get from Dream. It is pay to win, yep, sure. But I have 2,500 hours into Torchlight, so if I'm playing other games and I get 1 hour of enjoyment per dollar spent, I generally consider that pretty good. But there is no way on earth that I'm going to spend $2,500 on Torchlight. That would just be absolutely insane. So anyway, I'll stop waffling, and if I get another highlight, I'll show that, and we'll just go from there. Maybe I'll do an hour test after a few hours, but I think this just might be a highlights reel. See you in a minute. I guess I'll show the tree that I'm using while I'm here. So it's just a quant, some extra magic monsters, and Netherrealm resonance, cube because I just want desire cores to drop, and these can drop stuff too, and mainly just dream. Free dream. I'm using some garbage compasses, so that's like point something FE, that's like 1 FE, it's point something FE, and I think war is about 1.2 2 or 2 or it's something minimal anyway. Wow. 3 red fluorescent bubbles. Alrighty, so I got another pretty good dream here. I think that's everything. Only 20 FE, gosh. 10 threads. Pretty decent. Alrighty everyone, I've been going for a few hours now and I've gained about 2,500 FE, which is pretty cool. I have been selling stuff along the way, and I guess I may as well do an hour test now. I have changed it a tiny bit. I'm missing a compass. Alrighty, so what I'm going to be running with now is strength in numbers. I had... Of course someone tries to call. Could have at least been a good news phone call. The chocolate I ordered isn't in stock anymore. Trying to do a good thing. Anywho, so the compasses that I'm going to be using are strength in numbers soldier compass, because I did get a confusion card that gave additional normal monsters and they had additional drop quant, and I had a bunch of priceless gear drop. It was all garbage, but it's the most priceless items that I've seen drop. So I'm giving this a go. Strength in numbers with the additional drop quantity, not just plus 20% drop quant. So additional is a multiplier. I'm pairing that with the additional groups of normal monsters here. So we should be getting 20 additional groups of normal monsters. I wonder if I should change the tree as well to give even more normal monsters. So if I remove these and go with 7 additional groups of 30% chance of 7 additional groups, I guess that gives us 27 additional groups of normal monsters, which would be pretty cool. Cube remain the same. I didn't actually get that many desire cores in the last few hours, which is interesting because sometimes you get like 5 or 6 in an hour. Dream, still dream. I am going with the 3 bubble approach just because it's easier to get rainbows that way. And I am not doing the tarot just because I can't be bothered. Yeah, I just can't be bothered doing the mechanic. It is good profit, but I just can't be bothered. So I'll now run up a clock, do it for an hour and see how much we get. I guess I'll show the pack spirits that I'm using. In maps, I'm using my fuel ones, which is a level 2 Chalk. Chalk is fantastic because he gives an additional flame fuel drop quantity. I don't think much of his 1%. Most maps have 300 monsters, so that's a 3% chance of getting an additional set. I mean, it's pretty low. The 32% additional flame fuel drop quantity is fantastic. How that works is whenever a flame fuel drops, so flame sand or flame dust or flame elementium, anytime a set drops, there is a 32% chance that an additional set drops. Same with this guy. So I have a, what's that, 32, 64, 74% chance that occurs. And then I have a Kong, just in case an immolating flame drops, there is a 10% chance it is multiplied by 3. Same with additional fluorescent memory shard drop quantity. Onto my dream pets. I finally got Shepherd level 4. This is huge because now when entering a nightmare, there is a 100% chance that I gain an additional selection, not a 50% chance. The reroll is also sometimes pretty useful. And the big one is all of the chances for the additional dream bubbles to appear. I've been rolling for Shepherd since Nightmare Season. So, yeah. I'm pretty unlucky considering the sheer quantity of times I've rolled for Shepherd to only have him at level 4. What's he get if I upgrade him? 2 rerolls would be pretty nice, and then the major nodes plus 33%, which would be this one. That would be a 13% chance on that, which would be quite nice. But anyway, that's enough waffle. Yeah, let's do an hour, see what we get. I forgot to grab some Netherrealm Resonance, so I guess I'll go and get that. This one. There we go. That's easy to keep track of. So not a super expensive one. 400 FE. That's if I use all 71 compasses. I haven't calculated this because I don't know how much I'm going to use or if I'll end up. So I guess these will be 0. So 469. But anywho, pretty cheap for this stage of the season. Hot tip: if you are doing this strategy on the daily boss where you just remove all your gear to die as fast as possible, maybe activate your auras after you do that. I only just noticed that I had no auras on. Ooh, got pretty lucky there. 45% chance to upgrade Netherrealm bubbles. Hit both of the reds that I had, so this should be pretty juicy. Got a free Netherrealm bubble. Hopefully it's decent. Yeah, not really. This is laggy. I don't know why. Hoping we get some deep space beacons from this. What's that? 1, 2, 3. 3. I guess that's not too bad. Couple of compasses. FE's definitely more exciting. Dope. Missed the red one. Yeah, not too bad. What's that? 51? Oh, I missed a couple of bubbles. No huge stacks there, but still not too bad. Nothing hidden. Where are we? There. This one should be reasonable. Hopefully. Deep space beacons, please. They're not rainbow though, so maybe not. Only 32 FE. Yeah, 1 rainbow. Oh, another one there. Not too bad. Damn! Triggered at 10%. Bit rough. You watch this. Upgrade these 2 to yellow. Upgraded that one. I guess one of these tried to upgrade to yellow too. Alrighty, just finishing off this map and then I'll do the calcs. It's a shame I do have a good chance at a rainbow commodity bubble in Dream right now. I just need one more commodity. So I will keep the video going after I do the tally, because no doubt that will be a bit of a loot explosion. But anyway, let's just get that up actually. 1 to 3 that are purple. Gave me 3, nice. So that'll be pretty decent loot when that pops. But for right now, that's the test done. And let's see what we got. So a bunch of shite here. Nothing really stand out. That's not very good. So just recycle all that. We ended up getting... where's my sheet? So we had 595 raw flame elementium drop, which is pretty darn nice. Alrighty, looking at what we got overall, was a pretty nice spread of loot to calculate, most of which sells very, very quickly. So we got pretty lucky there with a Mecha Might Compass. That dropped really early on. We had a couple of Desire Cores drop. They've gone up in price, which is really nice. We did have 595 Flame Elementium drop. Only one Windfall. That's actually just a FE hand-in. Lost Secrets is another FE hand-in, so that's really nice. A bunch of Shallow Dream Talkings drop because obviously we were doing Nightmare, so 121 FE there, which is really, really nice. Couple of Deep Space Beacons for an extra 100, and then all the assorted compasses that weren't... well, I guess there was one that was pretty nice, which is the Progressing Beacons, so they're 9.5 each. But I couldn't be bothered adding more columns, so I just add them and all of the other minor ones up for 35 Flame Elementium, for a total of 1,264 Flame Elementium. Obviously, if you don't have Shepherd, then you'll get a fair bit less than this, maybe 40-50% less, probably 40% less loot. Especially level 4 Shepherd, it may not seem that big to get from a 50% chance to a 100% chance of getting that extra node, but you have to remember that when you get to the dream, often your dream is really quite juiced, and you're probably going to be copying a red node, or you could potentially copy a rainbow or something like that. So this didn't trigger. I was expecting that to trigger at 40%. But anyway, I'll see you in a second when we make that decision and see how much that impacts the loot that we get from the dream. Just got another Desire Core drop in this map too. Funny. Alrighty, so dream has triggered on the very next map. It's not really going to do much here, even if it upgrades one of these. It's just from, you know, purple onwards. I might do the upgrade instead, and hope that it hits one of these two. So it didn't. If it hit one of those and took that from orange to red, that's obviously going to be quite an upgrade in the loot that you get from that, which you would not get if you didn't have you know, Shepherd to, I can't remember what level it is to get even a 50% chance at that. 100% chance is obviously incredibly strong. So let's go to a bubble and see, you know, if the pets are even stronger in this map. Now it's only a chance that we get the additional bubbles, but if we get a rainbow bubble duplicated, no such luck in that one. Didn't get a rainbow then, but we've still got, you know, a couple of minor ones. Didn't get any FE from it, I don't think, but the chances are there. The opportunity. 5 FE from that. Purple, blue, blue. What was that? An extra 4 FE that you wouldn't get unless you had the pets. You got a pretty reasonable chance of getting a free rainbow. I'm kind of shocked that we haven't. Would suck if we died and lost the rainbow. Come on, game. There we go. So we didn't get a free rainbow. However, oh, we actually didn't get that much FE from the rainbow. That's disappointing. Did get a fair bit of FE overall though. So anyway, I might leave this open just in case I get another big dream to share. But this is what I'm doing so far. It's just nice and chill. I don't have to think too much. I just select commodity stuff, rainbow stuff, dream within a dream, that sort of thing. Because again, if it duplicates the rainbow, then that's insane. And if you're doing this on deep space, I've had a dream that dropped about 500 FE in this season, which is pretty nuts. I wasn't recording at the time, so that's a shame, but whatever. Anywho, I'll stop crapping on and see you if I get a good dream. If not, thanks for watching.